Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at why they're so drawn to you for the person on your mind. This can be any person on your mind at all. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it can be. So for pile number 1, we have Rose Quartz and the 10 of Cups. For pile number 2, we have the Red Cat's Eye Heart with the 3 of Cups. And for pile 3, we have Purple Agate and the 8 of Cups. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to, the one that is calling out to your soul the most, and that will be your pile for today. But of course, if you're drawn to more than one pile, there may be more messages there for you. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this rose quartz crystal in the 10 of Cups with rose quartz on this card, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at why they're so drawn to you for the person on your mind. This can be any person at all. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get into your actual reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted, if you haven't yet, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. So why are they so drawn to pile number 1? Spirit guides of pile number 1. Spirit guides of pile number 1. Why are they so drawn to pile 1 for the person on their mind? We have the Knight of Swords with copper. We have the 3 of Pentacles with chrysoprase. We have the Page of Pentacles with fluorite. We have the 7 of Pentacles with sulfur. Why are they so drawn to pile 1 person on their mind? 5 of Cups with pink tourmaline. We have the Ace of Wands with clear quartz. We have the 6 of Wands with blue topaz. We have the Hanged Man with iolite. And lastly, we have the Devil with amethyst. And at the back of the deck, we do have the Death card. So my pile number 1s, why are they so drawn to you? Firstly, I feel for a lot of you, I'm picking up on a past person. Or if this is not a past person, since the Death card is at the back of the deck, it can represent an ending, or it can represent this person needing to go through some kind of transformation in their life. You know, end certain toxic cycles of disharmony, I hear. So if that resonates with you, you know, both of that could resonate or one of those could resonate. If the transformation part resonates, well, even if this is someone from your house, I do feel like you're bringing a transformation to them. So there's something Spirit showing me as an example of, like, this is going to sound gross, but you know, like a dog that has fleas, and when you take a brush and dog shampoo that takes away fleas and brush it out, it's almost like this person has, Spirit is using those fleas as a metaphor. This person has certain qualities or traits that need to be combed out metaphorically, that need to be transformed into a lighter form or a lighter version of self. So in this person's energy, it's not necessarily to say they're a bad person, but I mean, they're showing up as the devil here. So they have a lot of toxic traits or habits that I'm picking up on. And if this does not resonate with you, then this is not your pile. Or then I'm picking up on a different person than you had in mind. But this person has some toxic traits or habits that need to be released, that need to be healed in some way. That's what I'm getting here. That need to be healed in some way. So I feel, since this woman is looking in the mirror, it's sort of like you're holding a mirror to this person's energy, to their actions, to who they are as a person. Some of you could be asking about like an ex-lover or an ex-friend or someone you love dearly, but they were disappointing you so much, so you had to let go of them. Or this person, for some of you, you could be asking about someone that had jealousy towards you or deceived you in some way. Because I'm thinking of owls and how owls can sometimes represent intuition, but also deception. Or this person was just very selfish in a way when they were in your life. Or they still are in your life, they are still operating in this energy. And it's like you're holding a mirror to them, to who they are as a person, helping them see who they are, self-reflect, see themselves for who they are, and take accountability, is what I'm getting here. And that's why they're so drawn to you, because the spiritual purpose here is for you to bring that mirror to them and to bring a transformation to them. As I look into your energy field, I'm seeing that you mirror a lot of qualities and traits back to people in general. And, I could be picking up on certain people in your life that have treated you negatively, that have disappointed you in some way, that have been in this toxic energy. And you could be a mirror to a lot of people like that. You're helping them analyze their own actions and realize where they went wrong, realize where the root of that comes from. So, for example, let's say you had someone in your life, this is just an example, this doesn't have to resonate, that is a liar, like they constantly lie. What's that word? Like a person that constantly lies and can't help it. I don't know what that word is called, but Spirit's showing me that as an example. And let's say, you say to this person, you lied to me, you really disappointed me. And then they go home, they look at their actions, they start to look within, think, why did I do this? Feel bad for hurting you, feel bad for disappointing you in some way. And then there's something about them looking within and thinking, why do I do this? Because this is a pattern I'm starting to notice in my life with my other relationships, with the Ten of Cups, where I've disappointed other people in my life like this that really love me. Why is this here? What is the root cause of this? And then I'm seeing someone pull out the root of that and nip it in the bud from the root. Not just on the surface, from the root, and go within and analyze it and heal from it and gain clarity on it, move forward from it, focus on becoming a better person. So you are mirroring a quality back to them where they can grow, learn about themselves through that mirror you hold to them. Take accountability for their actions, balance out their shadow and light aspects, because I'm seeing this person's shadow aspects come from their pain from childhood or come from a deeper pain they have from their relationships. And so it's like you're bringing that root out, that bad root out, pulling it out and helping them heal. So it's basically a lesson for them. It's something that's holding a mirror to them, helping them self-reflect, helping them focus on improving and growing, and choose a different path that is more in alignment with what their higher self wants for them. It's like you're almost like that angel that helps them. I'm seeing that scene from Sweet Life on Deck where I'm trying to think of her name. So it was London Tipton when she had the ghost of Christmas or something visit her and show her how she's treating her friends. She's going to end up with no one around her. If you watch that episode, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of like, I don't know how to articulate this energy I'm seeing, but I'm seeing it. It's kind of like you're like that angel or angel in disguise, but they don't realize you're the angel yet. And you're showing them what their path will look like if they continue to partake in these negative, toxic cycles that they're in, karmic cycles, and how to shift and transform that with the snake here. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm articulating this correctly because I see it, but I have a hard time explaining what I see. So it's like you're showing them a different perspective of love that they have never received before. Because I feel like this is either one person or multiple people I'm picking up on where they've been disappointed so much that their heart has hardened and almost turned to ice. I'm seeing that clairvoyantly, but it's like you break the ice and melt the ice away so that their heart can be free, so that they don't have to have a guard up and protect their heart, so that they can see what true love feels like, what real empathy and love feels like, but also there's a sense of unconditional love you give them, which is why they're so drawn to you. But this unconditional love feels like a mother telling the kid, no, you can't hit me. Go sit in the corner and time out. It feels like a discipline or punishment that brings them self-reflection when they choose the wrong actions, and that comes in the form of tough love as well as empathy and unconditional love, but not in the sense of you getting hurt. I hope that makes sense. So like, let's say you left this person's life. Maybe that is a lesson for them. Maybe that is the tough love where they have to learn that if they want that healthy love to grow in their life, they have to treat the people in their life accordingly, treat the people in their life how they want to be treated, and they'll stay. But if we're going to treat someone like this, they're either going to set a boundary with us, walk away from the conversation, or walk out of our life. And that's going to reflect to us where we need to change and grow. I hope this makes sense. I don't know. If this person is out of your life, they're still waiting for you to come back into their life or still waiting for an opportunity to communicate with you again. Also, another reason why they're so drawn to you. So that was the spiritual side of it, the lesson they're learning from you. One lesson you're learning from them is self-love and how to have those healthy boundaries up, even when you love a person so dearly, even when you can see the reason why they're acting out that way, but still having that boundary up. Another reason why they're drawn to you, like I said, is that like the unconditional love you bring and the love you bring. Because I feel like you are the embodiment of love. You are the embodiment of the love they've always wanted to receive. But there's also something about you being very beautiful physically and internally. So you have an inner and outer beauty that they're very drawn to as well. Because, I mean, we have the peacock here. And this card in this 10 of Cups, this woman always reminds me of Aphrodite and the Venusian energy. So you know how Aphrodite is the most beautiful goddess of them all? This person could see you as very physically attractive too if you're asking about a romantic situation. I feel like you're teaching them what healthy love means. Not what toxic love is, but what healthy love means. Helping them gain clarity on how to become the person they've always wanted to be. You're helping them gain clarity on how to be in alignment with the path their higher self wants them to be on. Helping them also be a little bit less impulsive with their actions and reflect before they do. Helping them create successful, healthy connections. That's the reason why they're drawn to you, like the spiritual reason behind it. I'm going to pull some oracle cards now. Let's get some more information on this topic. If you're currently out of this person's life or something has ended or separated between the two of you, there's something about this person looking for you, but not being able to find you until they find themselves, not being able to find you until they find this accountability for self and grow and change. And it's almost like that tough love I was speaking about, like where they're in a naughty corner until they've learned their lesson. Spirit is sort of describing it like that, like they're a kid in the naughty corner. The reason I say so is because I was looking for this oracle deck and I couldn't find it, but then I had to almost like realign energetically before I found it. So it's like this person, you're protected from their energy. And they're not going to come into your life if you're waiting for them to come back until they realign energetically and come into alignment with this kind of sense of genuine love towards you and the people around them as well as themselves. So we have furred and feathered friends. I feel like when I look at these animals here, and when you think of the animal kingdom can kind of be a little bit ruthless. Behind that, we have the healing card, like where they eat each other and things like that. So it's sort of like, you know, in life, people can sometimes be like that too, where you don't want to be eaten by the prey. So instead, you hurt that person first. And I'm kind of getting that message that this person has some kind of coping mechanism of not wanting to get hurt, so then they hurt the person first. Not wanting the person to leave, so then they leave first. I'm kind of getting that vibe here. So I feel like you're teaching them a lesson of self-reflection through their own actions and the reason why they do this and how to heal from this. But you're also bringing a comfort to them, to their soul that they've never experienced before. Because when I think of animals, they're very comforting, kind, nurturing. Animals are so pure. So you're like that pure light for this person, that pure love for this person that they've never received before. And I feel like your energy is super healing. Just like, you know how they say cats have very healing energy. Your energy is super healing to this person where it brings them, yeah, like a lot of healing just being around you. So why are they so drawn to my pile number ones? Internal explorer. It's like you're teaching them about themselves. The more they speak to you, the more they're around you. You're teaching them about themselves, uplifting them. The more you speak to them, the more they understand themselves, the more they ascend, the more they start to benefit from your light. Because I feel like this is my pile of light beings, you know, very angelic souls. You're pure light and love. And that's what I feel here. So I'm hearing that song from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where, well, basically the character, I think his name was Charlie, was like singing a song about the Nightman. And the Nightman was making him almost like so, I don't know if the word depressed is the right word to use, or scared, or like something like that. And then the other character, I forgot his name, came into the room, and then they created the song Dayman, Fighter of the Nightman. Something like that along those lines. That episode was so funny. So there's something about you bringing a light to their darkness, and like I feel like this person has a lot of pain and darkness that they're carrying. Not that they're a bad person, but as I say, we all have light and shadow aspects to us as human beings. We live in a dualistic world. And so that darkness, that suffering, it's like you bring a light to it. You make them aware of it. You sort of clear that energy out and transform it with the butterfly here. And with Express Your Truth here, I feel like you're that one person that gives them love unconditionally, but still speaks your truth and sets those boundaries with them. You may have called this person out or set boundaries with them or something like that is coming up here. And since that episode came up, and that was like one of the funniest episodes for me out of that series, maybe there's something about this person also being so drawn to you because you bring them laughter, you bring them joy, you bring them like this sunshiny energy and love and laughter where they need it. As we know, laughter is the best medicine, so that's kind of what I feel there. And also, before I got this oracle deck and the other one I'm going to use, I had to organize the cards because they were mixed up with other cards. So it's kind of like this person has to organize their life before they can come into your life. It's sort of like come to me with a good energy or don't come to me at all. That's how I feel your energy is. We have heart chakra, moss agate with intention. Yeah, they must come to you with good intentions, with intentions from the heart space. Otherwise, don't come at all. I feel your energy has that type of vibe to it that I guess it teaches this person to come back to the heart space after the heart has gone cold. But the heart has only gone cold because of their disappointments and pain. And as I said that, I feel my third eye open more. So we have smoky amazonite, regular star, and abundance. We have emerald, mercury, cognizance. This is going to sound weird, but I felt nauseous when I pulled this card. And when I feel nauseous, it's usually like a negative energy to me because spirit speaks to me in different ways in my own language with spirit. Anyways, I feel like if this person spoke to you in negative ways, brought negativity to you through their words, there's something about you teaching them to look within in terms of why they said those things. So you know what the energy is reminding of? You know when we have a fight with someone and after we apologize, we're like, I'm sorry, I love you, all those things. And then we start to think, why did I say that thing to that person? I really regret why I said that. Why did I say that in the first place? And then you start to look within and think, oh my gosh, maybe I was projecting my own hurt and pain onto this person, or maybe I always felt this anger towards this person but never expressed it. So something about that's coming through for some reason. And I feel with Mercury here, you're learning a lesson with them to set boundaries. Although we love a person so much and we can see the light within them, because I feel like you're so full of light that you see the light within others. And you can bring an abundance of healing to them, but they need to focus on healing themselves and looking within. Introspection here. They need to focus on that. They need to focus on growing and healing. Like you can't give it to them. You can support them abundantly with your healing energy. It kind of reminds me of that quote. You can take a horse to the water or something, but you can't force the horse to drink the water. So it's like you can bring the healing energy, but you can't force them to heal. They need to do that on their own. It's sort of like a combination of tough love / boundaries / unconditional love, if that makes sense. Hi Roth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. I feel like this speaks about what we spoke about before, that they've always longed for a love like yours, that they've always longed for this feeling of feeling accepted and loved abundantly, homesick for the love they've always seeked. And you gave it to them. That's why they were so drawn to you energetically, because your heart is so full of unconditional love. You know how to make a person feel at home. You know how to make them feel at ease, comfort, and you really bring that, and that's why they were so drawn to you. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Do you see that angel here? That's confirmation of what we said earlier. And we have empathetic starseed. Look at the... You see, like this is such a confirmation from spirit. It surprises me each time things like this happen. Empathetic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. I feel like for you, the lesson here is speaking your truth, even when you feel so much empathy for the person. even when you feel bad for them. We have star bathing at the back of the deck. So it's like you activate something within them, a love within them that they've never felt before, a feeling of worthiness, like I'm deserving of receiving this love. You sort of absorb their, I want to say, quote unquote, darkness like a sponge, and bring like this rainbow light energy to it and transmute it. So you're very empathic like a sponge, where some people are very drawn to you because of your healing energy and because you're able to absorb their pain, release it for them, and bring a mirror back to them where they are able to see it and understand it with their mind, gain clarity on it with their mind. It's like you activate a healing within them that brings them back to this place of unconditional love for themselves and others. Very interesting reading. I didn't expect these messages, but yeah, this is what I have for you, Pile 1. I really hope this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. One last thing, empathetic starseed. Again, like, you're very empathic, so you feel bad, when you have to set boundaries, but that's also your lesson. So yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and then I can't wait to see you next time. Bye! Hi there, my Parliament 2s. If you chose this red cat's eye heart and the 3 of cups with the crystal garnet on it, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at why are they so drawn to you for the person on your mind. So please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get started with your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I posted or readings, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet? Your support means the world to me and it helps me more than you know. So I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your reading. So I just saw the number 777. This person may feel, depending on how it resonates, that if you were to be in their life, I'm hearing that song If You Had My Love by Jennifer Lopez. If you were to be in their life, then they would be so lucky, or that they are so lucky that you are in their life. Okay, so spirit guides of pile number 2s. Spirit guides of pile number 2s. Why is the person on their mind so drawn to pile 2? Why is the person on their mind so drawn to pile 2? We have the moon with moonstone. We have the lovers with tourmalinated quartz. We have the 10 of swords with black kyanite. We have the star with moldavite. We have judgment with amazonite. We have the 8 of wands with blue lace agate. I think I see where this reading's going. King of cups with sugilite. Some of you could be asking about a friend or a lover, or a lover that feels like a friend. Why are they so drawn to pile 2, please? So we have the 5 of cups with pink tourmaline, and 6 of wands with blue topaz, as well as the King of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So why is this person so drawn to you, pile 2? Firstly, with the eye here, I feel like they're very physically drawn to you in the sense of the way you look. Whether this is platonic or romantic, even with our friends, we can admire the way that they look. We can, look at them and admire the way they look physically. But then I also feel like there's a certain type of glow to you in your aura that draws this person towards you with a star here. It's your energy most of all that draws them towards you. It's like they're seeing you with their spiritual eye. their third eye unconsciously, and drawn to your energy with the moon and the star, drawn to your heart, the energy of your heart, the energy of your light. Because you, my pal twos, shine so bright like a star. You have a lot of light within your aura. You have a lot of healing energy within your aura. I mean, we have the blue lace agate crystal in the Eight of Wands, which is a crystal of healing. We have Amazonite, which is also a crystal of healing. And we have the star here, which is a card of healing. So you have a lot of healing energy within your aura, within your light. And with the snakes here and the moldavite crystal and the star, I feel like you bring transformation to those closest to you, to those around your aura. And so this person is very drawn to you spiritually for those reasons. But also, I feel here with Judgment, there is a spiritual reason why they're drawn to you through their third eye, through their third eye consciousness subconsciously, where I see this energy of your ancestors bringing you two together. I see this energy of a soul contract, of lessons being played out that are not necessarily negative, but they're here to transform the both of you. So I'd say you're very drawn to each other in a similar way, on a similar level, similar frequency. So weird. I just had deja vu as I said that. I felt as if I've done this reading before and I've said this before. Maybe I dreamt it, I don't know, but like I literally just had deja vu. So maybe there's this feeling of a spiritual sense of deja vu whenever you're around each other that this person has with you. It's as if they've lived this moment before, especially when they met you. They felt like they've known you before. Maybe you and this person have some kind of strong past life spiritual connection together. I mean, the moon tells me you have this very deep spiritual connection linked back to past lives where some part of this person's soul remembers you, and because of that, they're so drawn to you. Because of that, their energy leads them towards you. I'm almost seeing a mental image of, in cartoons like Mickey Mouse, when they bake a pie and then the scent is in the air and then they kind of like are up on their feet and levitating towards that scent. So that could literally mean you smell very good. Or it could mean like you're drawing them towards you with their energy, or both, depending on what you resonate with. And so I feel like you are drawing them towards you from your heart because some part of their soul remembers the love you shared together in past lives. Some part of them doesn't want you to know how drawn they are to you. It's giving me a feeling of like, okay, I'm staring at you, and then when you stare at me back, I'm looking away so that you don't see how interested I am. Like, I feel like this person tries to hide how much they feel towards you. Something about that is coming through. So like I said, this connection has a spiritual purpose to it, a soul contract. I feel a lot of water energies in this pile: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But especially Cancer and Scorpio. It could be your sign or theirs, doesn't have to be though. Okay, so I was seeing a vision of the Notebook where he goes up to her and says, I just have to have you, like, and he doesn't take no for an answer. So if this is a romantic, you could resonate with this, but if it's platonic, just take it as it resonates. But it's almost like this person sees you from afar, maybe is physically drawn to you in some way, but then some part of their soul knows that they have to create something, some kind of relationship with you, with the lovers here, regardless of if it's romantic or platonic. They just, some part of their soul has to do it, and it's an urge they feel in their heart, in their soul, emotionally. It can't be explained by logic. I'm even having a hard time articulating my thoughts during these readings Even for pile 1, I had a hard time articulating what I see because this isn't something that's more spiritual that can't be understood by logic. It's more of an emotional thing, especially during your pile. I mean, we have the moon, the King of Cups. It's like you help this person tap into their deeper emotional side rather than just the logic and the physical world. It's like you help this person tap into their spiritual senses without realizing. Something about your healing energy is quite freeing to this person, where this person feels quite free around you. And that's also why they're so drawn to you. And you're helping them go deeper within themselves. You're helping them understand themselves deeper. You're helping them understand their heart deeper and what their heart truly desires. You're helping them understand their pain better too, because I clairvoyantly saw an image of someone being really cold, shivering, and they're outside, left in the cold. 5 of Pentacles energy, maybe felt left out, felt abandoned, felt misunderstood. And here you are coming with a blanket and a hot chocolate, giving them warmth, giving them comfort is what I want to say. So something about them being very drawn to your warmth and your comfort when the world has been so cold to them, when the world has disappointed them. You show them a different type of love that exudes warmth and kindness, genuine kindness and sweetness, genuine care and interest in this person's well-being. There's something about them being so drawn to you and the possibility of more of a connection with you and where that could potentially lead. There's a lot of hope here for a happy, healthy, successful connection with you, for this to move forward in the best possible way. So there's a lot of hidden energies here with the moon. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not something to worry about, but I feel like some of what is here in this energy is not being shown to us yet because you're not ready to see it yet. Because something related to the soul contract you have where it's not helpful for you to see some things yet. So it will only be revealed to you when you're ready to see that and understand that message. I hope that makes sense, but I've had certain times in my life where I've asked my spirit guides for clarity on something, and it wasn't the right time for me to know or understand yet, where even if that advice was given to me, I wouldn't be able to understand it yet. So some things had to unravel and move forward first before I could receive that message. So sometimes that happens with our spirit guides. So I'm going to get some oracle cards now. I just had this weird thing with time. I thought I was 20 minutes in the reading, but I'm only 11 minutes in. So there's something about you and this person where you can spend so much time together, and it's like you're in this time loop or time warp where I don't know how to exactly explain this, where you think you've only spent a little bit of time together, but you've spent so much time together, or it feels like it's been 5 hours, but it's only been 5 minutes. I'm hearing that song, every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. So it's like you make this person feel free. Like I said, there's this deep kind of spiritual purpose to this connection that can't quite be understood by our logical minds. And it's like this spiritual, trippy feeling I feel in your pile, if that makes sense. Also, there's a lot of romantic energies here. This is a romantic connection you're asking about, because like this crystal always reminds me of romance for some reason. So at the back of this deck, we do have healing. So we have endless opportunities. We have radical expansion. We have crystal keys. Transformation. Actually 6 cards, okay. Manifestia and solar plexus chakra. radiant illumination. So I feel like the light you bring this person brings them a transformation. The spiritual purpose of this connection, of like what this person's learning from you, it's like your energy is aiding them in the transformation that they need currently at this moment. I feel you're helping them come back to this place of divine unconditional love, but in a place where they're in their power. Because I feel this person has been disappointed and hurt so many times by the outside world, and it's really taken a toll on the way they view themselves and their self-worth with the solar plexus chakra. And so I feel you're here to show them that they're worthy and deserving of love. I feel you're here to uplift them, to comfort them, to console them. Look at all the crystals here. It's like you're that crystal, that walking crystal that they need, where you're Spirit is showing me, when we go in a crystal shop and we're drawn to a specific crystal and then we read the meaning of it and it's exactly what we need in the moment. Like the one time I was drawn to this, it's not a crystal, but it's a piece of wood, and I was so drawn to it, and then it said something about grounding energy and protection and taking away anxiety, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need right now. My logical brain can't understand why I was drawn to that crystal, but it is exactly what I needed in that moment. So it's kind of like you're that walking crystal where you give them exactly what they need in that moment on their spiritual journey, but they don't know they need it yet. Does that make sense? So I'm seeing that. And you're helping them realize they're worthy of the type of love they do desire. They're worthy of the things they want to manifest, not just in terms of love, but also in terms of career. Since we have the King of Pentacles at the back of the deck, it's like you're bringing a healing to their self-worth. Like, let's say they have a big dream in their career or studies or goals or endeavors, but they don't believe in themselves enough. You could be that upliftment they need to help them believe in themselves. There's also a lot of butterflies here, so again, transformation is showing up very strongly. They're drawn to you because you're bringing a transformation to their soul. You're bringing an expansion to them, helping them expand, helping them reach their highest potential, their unstoppable level. I'm seeing Avatar, that creature, Avatar. Is it Avatar? The main character in Avatar, I forgot his name, but he flies on like this creature. I don't know what that would represent. Let me just see on Google. I'm talking about the animated one, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Trying to search the flying creature. Oh, it's called Appa. So it says here on Google that it is the last known living sky bison, I don't know how to pronounce it, which are large mammal-like creatures that fly through airbending and steer through air currents with their broad tails. Okay, so I'm reading here on Wikipedia that this creature is an animal spirit guide of the protagonist Aang. So I don't know if that's true or not, but since this creature helps Aang fly, it's almost like you're helping this person soar to the sky, fly, find freedom. I just saw 1717. You're helping them realize that things can become better in their life, that things can slowly become better, and that they can reach this place of freedom they so seek. You're basically this person's spirit guide in human form, helping them in some way, aiding them in some way, bringing them this childlike sense of wonder again with all these bubbles here, and showing them the possibilities are endless. That there are beautiful possibilities of what we can manifest and what we can bring into our reality if we just believe and have hope and trust. You could even be a physical living manifestation of what this person has wanted in terms of love or friendship or whatever. You could literally be a wish come true to this person, and maybe that's why I heard that thing of like this person feeling so lucky to be, in your presence, to have you in their life. So why is this person so drawn to pile 2? We have Larimar Neptune perspective, card 22. So we see 22222. It's sort of like you met this person at the right time in their life when they needed you. You wouldn't have met them earlier than needed, and you wouldn't have met them later than needed. And the South Node is popping out here. So this is about past life energy, which is confirmation of what we said before. This connection's not easy because Saturn's also popping out. Saturn is the planet of lessons and hardships, but Saturn restricts us so that we can transform, so that we can grow, so that we can understand the lessons we're learning in this lifetime. So that's what I'd say here. It's not easy, the transformation this person undergoes while being in your presence. But when they're able to go through that transformation, they're going to be able to soar to the sky, find that freedom, and really feel like the luckiest person in the world. Because look at Jupiter at the back of the deck. Really feel like the luckiest person in the world for having a person like you around them. Okay, we have water element, aquamarine intuition, sunstone, sacral chakra, and deep knowing. This is what I spoke about before. You're helping this person tap into their emotions, helping them become comfortable with their emotions, helping them become emotionally intelligent, helping them understand their emotional nature better. And I'm looking at the water pouring in here, and it's kind of like you pour into this person. You pour love into them and show them a healthy perspective of love, a different perspective of love, because Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. So it is the spiritual form of love. And this is exactly what you're giving this person, like this kind of spiritual form of love. And that's exactly why they are drawn to you and we're drawn to you. But I also feel there's a curiosity here towards you, but because of this spiritual energy. I mean, Neptune's also a very spiritual planet. We have the water element with intuition here, so it's like their intuition is drawing them towards you. And sacral chakra is also the chakra to do with our feelings. So again, that same message is coming up here, but with sunstone and the solar plexus chakra, I feel like you're also meant to bring them and show them the joy that they can experience in this lifetime. That's really what I'm getting there. So why are they so drawn to pile 2? Activated earth, power places, lee lines, trust where you're led. Wait, it's not yet time. Things are being woven. And I remember the soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. And at the back of the deck, we have lost land, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So again, confirmation of the past life energies. Maybe you help them unlock certain soul gifts or talents that they have, that maybe they have always had, but like unused gifts or gifts that are dormant within them that you bring out, that you make them aware of. And here with weight, more is going to be revealed to you, but it's not the right time for you to know yet. So another confirmation. The reason they're so drawn to you as well is because they're meant to trust when they're drawn to a place, person, thing. They're meant to trust where God, the universe, their heart, their higher self is leading them, their intuition is leading them, because it activates something within them that they're meant to experience. And it's something that is fated. If they're so drawn to it, they're drawn to it for a reason, because they're meant to experience it. And I think this is what it's showing this person. And it's 222 on the clock. So I remember here is some sort of soul remembrance they have towards the soul contract they created with you before they incarnated on Earth, as well as this feeling of their soul remembering the past lives between the two of you. So I think I'm going to end off here. I really hope this reading resonated with you, pile number 2. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this purple agate crystal in the 8 of Cups with the crystal rhodochrosite on it, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at why they are so drawn to you for the person on your mind. This can be any person at all. Please be aware this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. Before we get into your reading, I do have a small favor to ask from you. In the last 3 months, 60% of people who watch my channel didn't subscribe. So if you've ever liked any of the videos I've posted and readings I've posted, and if you haven't yet, can you please do me a favor? And if you haven't yet, can you please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button? It helps my channel more than you know, and I'm so grateful to anyone that supports the channel. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the reading. So, spirit guides on my pile number 3s. Spirit guides on my pile number 3s. May I please look into the person on their mind and why the person on their mind is so drawn to them. Why the person on their mind is so drawn to pile 3. So I'm just getting your cards. You actually, I'm guided to pull a lot of cards for you. I'm hearing missing piece. So maybe this reading is going to fill a missing piece of information you had. We have the Hierophant with Sodalite. We have the Emperor with Lapis Lazuli, or you could be perceived as the missing piece to the puzzle that this person needs in their life. We have the Hanged Man with Iolite. We have the 6 of Cups with pink opals. Some of you are definitely asking about someone from your past. I mean, we have the 8 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. So if you do not resonate with this, then this is not your pile. I see someone from your past that you've walked away from. And this is a lesson to you. The King of Swords with black spinel. We have the Queen of Swords with black diamond. The 4 of Pentacles with apophyllite. I'm hearing Curious George. Maybe there's a curiosity this person has towards you as well. 2 of Pentacles with bloodstone. We have 3 of Pentacles with chrysoprase. We'll take a look at the extra cards in a moment. But at the back of the deck, we do have the 7 of Swords. So you could have left this person behind if they deceived you in any way. That is definitely showing up for some, or for a lot of you actually. So the thing is with this pile, I feel called to say, if you get triggered anywhere in this reading, rather click off, because I'm going to be honest with what I see here about this person. I don't think this person is the best for you, pile 3, and I'm sure a lot of you already know that. I feel like sneezing now, so it's like you've released this person from your life, and maybe you've already learned your lesson here with the Hierophant. But I feel there were a lot of lessons between the two of you to do with communication. And I hear Spirit saying some of you are watching this pile where you haven't walked away from this person and there is no deception, but maybe you're watching this pile because some messages will resonate and you're actually with this person and it's healthy and there's no need to leave, and there's no deception or anything. Just like lessons with communication, then take what resonates if you resonate with that. But for others of you, for most of you watching here, I feel this is a person you've left behind from your past. They're still drawn to you right now because they're very curious about you and curious what's happening in your life. And they may have deceived you in some way. So take what resonates here. But for those where this person is not in your life anymore, as soon as I got to your pile, I felt this strong wave of nausea. And it's very weird because I never felt that in pile 2. And whenever I feel nausea in a reading, it's usually just like a very bad energy, where the energy doesn't align. My energy doesn't align with this person's energy. And maybe yours doesn't, I don't know. I feel like you and this person have some similarities in a way, but also I'm hearing the word outgrow. I feel like at some point you've outgrown this person if you have left their life. Because I feel like you're very similar in some way and almost identical in some way in personalities, and that's nothing bad on your part, but it's like this person is the less evolved version of you. So imagine this person as another, maybe this person for some of you is a karmic connection or a kind of like soul family connection that is like very similar to you on a soul level, but they're not as advanced as you. And I don't mean that in a way of like ego or anything, but maybe you are. Maybe you've learned a lot more lessons than this person. Maybe you've learned your lessons a lot faster than this person as a soul. Maybe you've matured a lot faster as a soul through your lessons, through taking keys of wisdom from your lessons. But it seems this person is still learning things that you've already learned. Does that make sense? And I've actually experienced this before where I met a person. I'm not going to explain the story too long because this is not about me, but I want to say I resonate with this because I met a person that was like the toxic, like less healed version of me that I don't resonate. Where I've grown, but that person was like operating as the old me. You get what I mean? So it's almost like I see an energy like this, where this person's still operating an ego. And I feel like you've surpassed that. Think of this as like you two were souls in the same class, learning the same lessons together in a soul family kind of unit. And you two took the same lessons, took the same class, but you completely advanced past this person and learned the lessons quicker, where maybe they failed a grade. I think of it like that in the soul kind of evolution kind of way, in terms of soul lessons. That's how I'm basically seeing it to try explain it to you. But yeah, I feel like this person's still learning lessons to do with the ego, still, operating very much in their ego. When I looked at the lines here, I was asking Spirit what this means, and Spirit was saying ego. And I feel like this person's very much still operating in this place of the physical, learning lessons to do with the physical, to do with money, to do with communication, things like that. And I feel like you're learning lessons to do with communication as well. But I feel for you, you do have a healthy communication already, because I feel you are someone that knows how to communicate from a place of love and compassion and care for others and their feelings. But you also are learning to walk away from conflict to, it's like with this person or multiple people, I don't know what you resonate with, but with this person, it's like you're learning when to walk away from the conversation or conflict, when it's best to compromise, when it is best to set a boundary. So you're learning lessons around that in communication, whereas this person is learning to be healthier in communication, to become more emotionally available, because I feel this person is more so at this place where they're still on the level of learning communication. They're a very logical and physical based soul. So they're not yet at the spiritual or emotional level, but they are somewhat learning how to be emotionally intelligent. but they're not quite there yet, is what I want to say. So right now, in this lifetime, they're learning lessons to do with the physical, to do with the ego, to do with communication. And I don't feel like in this lifetime they're going to come to that emotional intelligence because their soul's just not there yet. It's like, think of school. We can't skip to grade 8 if we're only in grade 6. Do you get what I mean? So I'm kind of getting that vibe from this person. And remember, when I do these readings, this is subjective. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If something doesn't sit right with you, then it's not your message. But I feel like the reason why this person is drawn to you is because you're bringing a transformation, a death and rebirth to this energy, helping them see a different perspective, to love, to themselves, helping them perhaps create healthier relationships to do with communication. Because, I mean, we have sodalite, which is a crystal of communication. We have lapis lazuli, which is the throat chakra energies and third eye energies. We have the King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So there's a lot of lessons here around communication because we have the Hierophant. And for this person, I feel like they're very much in this place of logic. They're very advanced there in logic. I feel this person has roots back to Arcturus if you believe in star seeds. And I feel like as I look into this person's energy, they're learning how to also tap back into their heart and not just the ego and the mind. Because the ego and the mind, the ego is there for a reason. And what I hear Spirit saying is, we're not meant to completely get rid of our ego. It's there and it serves a purpose for a reason as a human being. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to live on this physical plane, really. We'd just be one with the universe where we wouldn't have our own identity. So sometimes the ego is there for a reason, but sometimes there's levels to it where there needs to be a healthy balance. And with the mind, the mind is an amazing thing. Intelligence is an amazing thing. It can get us very far in life in this physical world, but it can only be used so far. In certain situations, the mind is not the best to use. For example, let's say to do with love. Like when we think of love, the mind isn't really something that goes into love. It's our heart that goes into love. We can't necessarily logically explain the feeling of love. Maybe science can, the chemicals in our brain when we fall in love. And I'm going on a rant here, but whatever. Like, yeah, maybe it can, but I feel like logic can't really explain the language of our hearts. It's two different languages, and it's almost like this person is learning to speak the language of love through you. And this is why they're drawn to you. I have a hard time articulating these energies through all three piles because a lot of it is spiritual and not something our logical mind can quite fathom. But I feel like this person is learning lessons to do with opening up their heart. And I feel like that's something they're not really used to in their connections. It's like you're unlocking a key to their heart, helping them tap back into this feeling of their heart space. And for you, I feel like you're learning boundaries when it comes to this person. You're learning when to compromise, when to set a boundary, when to put your foot down, when to say it's not okay, especially if this person deceived you. And I've been dancing around this energy of the Eight of Cups. I noticed she's eating food, right? And the Eight of Cups usually talks about walking away. And what happens after she eats all the food? She walks away, she's satisfied, she leaves. So I don't know if this person, for some of you, I don't know if you felt used by this person for some of you, or if you felt like this person got what they wanted from you and then left. That's why I say if this is triggering, please click off this reading, because this is like a very tricky subject to go around, because I feel like for some of you, like I'm seeing a scenario, for example, if you're not 18 plus, skip over this message. And I don't like to give messages like this, but let's say, for example, you slept with this person and then right after that they ghosted you, but they played mind games and made you think that they wanted a relationship, or let's just say they manipulated you to get what they want and then left, or um it doesn't just have to be in terms of bedroom and intimacy. It could have been something where maybe you felt used in some way. Like, let's say this was a friend and they only called you when they needed something to talk about. They only called you when it was convenient for them. But when it came to you and your needs, it was like they were never there. Or let's say this was someone that only called you when they needed something from you, either emotionally or physically, like if they needed help, but they never spoke to you, asked you how your day was, like, or this is a situation where they do things on their terms, but not necessarily consider you or your feelings. So I'm even getting an example of someone that lives far from us, and let's say we are constantly going to them, but they never make the effort to come to us. Or a situation where, let's say this is a friend, and we're constantly picking them up at their house or paying for them, but they never pay for us. And, you don't expect that from that friend, but it's like, are you going to reciprocate something? And I feel for you, something about this situation is teaching you self-love, teaching you to walk away from this, because you deserve a lot better if you do resonate with that. Because if this person hasn't been reciprocating, and this message is not for everyone, but if this person hasn't been reciprocating what you've been giving, then it's time to walk away and know your worth. And if you've already done that, then well done. Then that lesson is already over. But the reason why they're coming up is because they're still thinking of you and they're missing you. They're very nostalgic over the memories you had, especially if this is a past person. And if this person's still currently in your life, they could be very nostalgic over the past you have together. Like, let's say you're in no contact or you're in very minimal contact right now, they could still be thinking back to a lot of the memories you had, and like a feeling of regret here, or even if they didn't do anything to you, regret of what they could have done. Maybe like not putting enough effort with the bees here, because when I think of bees, I think of busyness. Or maybe for some, they never did that to you, but maybe they never took the lead, or they never put in enough effort, or maybe they left you hanging a little bit, or they left you waiting too long with the Hanged Man. So we have the Seven of Cups. I guess it could be different for all of you. Just take it as it resonates. Different scenarios here. But with the Seven of Cups, let's see. Knight of Swords, copper. Seven of Pentacles, silver. Page of Pentacles with fluorite. Six of Swords with aragonite. So let's say you've moved on from this person. I feel like they're still waiting for you to come back into their life. They're still watching you. I feel like they're very physically drawn to you, but also drawn to you and your mind and the conversations you have, like drawn to you on a mental level. It's almost like they find your mind very fascinating. They find you very fascinating, where they're very curious about you and your personality and who you are as a person. It's almost like they want to pick your brain or something, understand your mind, understand the way you think. They may be thinking back to a lot of memories of the past and trying to figure out why you said certain things, why you reacted certain ways. Why, okay, for those that, let's say this person didn't reciprocate, why you kept taking action even though they weren't. I feel like it's different for all of you. They may also be drawn to you because of the feeling of like what lies ahead and the possibilities of what could happen between the two of you. The Five of Swords, so betrayal, smoky quartz. Four of Cups, pink halite. The Chariot with pyrite. Nine of Swords with black onyx. Five of Pentacles with malachite. Ten of Pentacles with emerald. See, they're very drawn to you, more so on the physical level, not necessarily spiritually, but I do think you and this person do have past life connections karmically. And the thing we have to realize is we can have like a karmic connection with a person, and it can be quote unquote soulmate or soul family. And I may sound controversial by saying that, but there's levels to it. So let me explain it like this. Someone can be part of our soul family. You know, we incarnated with them, with our soul origins. But let's say we incarnated so many times with this person, and at what point they were our soulmates. And let's say we had so many past lives with them where we were learning lessons together, where we made it karmic by hurting each other over and over and over again in those lifetimes. Now that relationship is karmic, but it used to be a soulmate connection. That sometimes I've seen things like that happen in readings. And I can't necessarily prove it. You don't have to believe anything I say, but that's kind of like my perspective on these things. So I feel like you're soul family, but there's also a karmic tie here at the same time. But you also don't have to take everything I say. You can choose what you want to believe. Nine of Swords. I feel like if you had any fears, like for example, some here maybe have a fear of abandonment. This person could have literally mirrored to you a fear you had, or let's say you had a fear of opening up and trusting, fear of betrayal with the Five of Swords. Maybe this person mirrored to you your own fear being played out so that the universe could show you where that fear comes from, so that you can heal that fear and let go of it for good. Those are just examples to the energy, but it doesn't have to resonate the examples. But I feel for this person, the reason they're drawn to you as well, I feel like they want to reach out to you, but they're scared to. They want to tell you something, but they're scared to. They're scared of your reaction. They're scared that you would reject them or wouldn't respond to them. And if this person like lives in another country, for very few of you, there's something about them. Or like, let's say you and this person traveled together. They were very drawn to those moments you had together of travel, or if you made plans for that in the future, but it never happened, they're still very drawn to the plans you could have had for the future and what could have been if things didn't happen the way they did. I mean, we have the Five of Swords and Seven of Swords at the back of the deck. There's lots of deceitful energies here. And I feel like they're very worried that you won't come back into their life. Like, they're very worried that it's over for good. And I still feel that energy of a past person for most of you. So I don't really see any other messages. If this reading didn't fully resonate with you and only like bits and pieces did, then I suggest maybe seeing if you're drawn to other piles. Because that energy of an ending from the past is coming up the most strongly. I feel drawn to using this oracle deck for you since this energy was quite weird. Spirit guides of pile 3. Why is this person so drawn to pile 3? So Marine Masquerade, glamour, intrigue, drama. Sewer Mermaid, your sensuality is beautiful. I am Kali, from death comes rebirth. And at the back of the deck, we have Grumpy Red Fairy with Be Your True Self. So there's something about you being able to be your true self in the world. your light shines through your authenticity. You're also someone very sweet and angelic in some way, and that's something they're quite drawn to within you. But I feel like they're very drawn to you for superficial reasons here with glamour, intrigue, drama. And it's more so like a curiosity. This isn't like a spiritual energy in this pile. I don't feel any energies of like drawn to you because there's a purpose in your connection. I don't feel that from this pile. I feel like them being drawn to you for more superficial reasons because it's like maybe you look good or maybe you have this that they're wanting. Like it's giving me this energy of someone being very, what's the word? Opportunistic. Like let's say example this is a friend you used to have, and let's say they were only drawn to you because maybe let's say you had have a rich family. This example doesn't have to resonate, but I'm trying to explain it to you. And let's say your dad works at a certain company and this person's always wanted to work at that company, so they start being friends with you because of that. It's like giving me that type of energy. Of course, the example's so out there that it won't resonate with anyone. But that's what I mean here. These are like superficial reasons. That's why I say if this reading's triggering, click off it. And then we see the sensuality here. So they may be drawn to you because of just the physical, and because of how they will look in their reputation. It's sort of like, okay, I'll look good having pile 3 around me, so that's why I'm going to have them around. And also, they can't accept the ending between the two of you. You haven't fully learned the lessons here. So let's use these cards as we end off. Why are they so drawn to pile 3? Pluto, Black Tourmaline, and Regeneration, card 11. So you're meant to bring them a transformation, but also help them look within. But with Black Tourmaline here, you're also protected from them energetically. And I'm almost getting that message. Rejection is redirection. So let's say this person left you or ghosted you or something. It's almost like that's divine intervention. That's your spirit guides protecting you. We have the throat chakra, flower, agates, and expression. We have Larimar, Neptune, perspective, card 22. So we have 1122, sunstone, sacral chakra, and deep knowing. And at the back of the deck, we do have the South Node with boundaries. So for you, I feel you're meant to learn boundaries from this person. But also, South Node here is that past life energy you have, but the more karmic tie. I feel you're showing them a different perspective that is going to help them open up to more of their emotional nature because they're not used to that. And help them transform in some way. Help them self-reflect on their actions. I heard I messed it up. So why are they so drawn to pile 3? We have Breath of the Cosmos, My Will to Thy Will, Micromanaging the Universe. I heard the word obsession, like Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. And weight of the world, boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. So the thing here is, this person is like a little bit obsessive over you right now because they don't have you in their life. They thought that, I don't know what happened here. Either you left them behind or they left you behind. But they thought that they wouldn't miss you as much as they do. It's sort of like a delusion they had with Neptune. This is an illusion I'm hearing. So something about this connection brings out the illusions of both of you in some way. So let's say, for example, I could be part of this pile with like certain karmic connections I had, where I'm trying to think of one example. Okay, I mentioned abandonment wounds. Like I believe I'm part of this pile for like karmic connections from the past. So I had an ex that like abandoned me for another woman. Now that I look back at it, I laugh at it. But back then, I was so disillusioned that it was bringing back my wounds of abandonment from childhood. And so that, was not a nice thing to go through. It was a very painful thing to go through. It brought on a dark night of the soul for me. And here we see inner child. So this person may trigger certain inner child wounds. You have certain disillusions. You have like disillusionments, illusions you've held on to that are not part of this part of your life anymore. Things you are needing to let go of, and for them as well. So, like, let's say for me, I'm using me as an example to try explain this energy because I have a hard time articulating this. But for me, I was so scared of getting abandoned, but having my fear come true of being abandoned actually taught me that I'm not losing anything if someone can abandon me that fast. Do you get what I mean? It's like my greatest fear coming to life, but teaching me that my greatest fear I don't need to hold on to that. Do you get what I mean? So it's sort of like that energy is coming to play where the illusions are being revealed so that you can break those illusions and see the truth of the matter. So something about this is helping you let go, helping you have stronger boundaries, helping you realize your worth, helping you protect yourself by speaking up for yourself, by realizing that those that are going to be loyal to you, that are going to be safe and trustworthy, will find you. But they're not going to treat you like this. That's why I say for most of you, like, I don't think this person's healthy for you. I don't think they have good intentions towards you. And it's like they're very impatient for you to come back into their life because it's like they benefit off the love you give them because you're so loyal to them, or you were so loyal to them in the past, but they don't necessarily give back that same loyalty and trust that you have. Does that make sense? That you give them. This isn't the best reading to do. Like, I feel bad after this, but I think I'm gonna leave this reading here, pile 3. I do hope that this is something that you've already healed from, that this wasn't triggering to watch, but yeah. I do hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye!